2021.
And before you do that, I don't have any public comments.
Oh,
And
you don't have any
obviously
public
nobody's
comment,
here.
do I?
I just wanted to
Okay,
put that on the record.
thank you.
Move approval of the November 15th, 2021 minutes.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Right.
I read them before I got here.
Okay, board officers. Brad.
Okay, so we have, are you able to, okay, there we go. Thank you all for turning in some nice submissions of interest, expressions of interest, and the recommendation is to move in succession so that Gina Driscoll will move from vice chair to chair. Just to confirm, our chair, Gerard, will be term limiting off of PSDA, so she can come back in 1 year. So then Gina Driscoll will move up to chair, and then Dan Saraki will move from secretary treasurer to vice chair, and the recommendation is for Renee Flowers to move into the secretary treasurer position. And she's been serving on the executive committee already.
Okay.
Were there any other indications of interest, or?
Nobody else was
Okay,
interested?
this is a very solid slate.
Very
then.
easy one.
Very
Yeah.
solid
Yeah.
Very solid.
Move approval of the recommended board officers for 2023.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We didn't have any
Great.
public comment on that either, right?
No.
Okay.
Committee
So
appointments.
then we move on to the committee appointments. And I thought, although perhaps maybe there is not a issue, Commissioner Fix Sanders, you had expressed an interest in being on the executive committee, and thank you very much for that. But I think you had expressed it last year.
That
at this
was,
time.
yeah, I didn't receive anything this year, but I do remember you had expressed interest last year, so we thought we'd put the name in.
Oh, that's fine. Just put me anywhere. You know, I'll do the job. We're good.
Okay,
So, but we,
We have too many.
But
we have
there's
too
Oh,
many.
there's too many. Well, I'm on planning and
You're on planning, yeah.
nominating.
yeah.
Yeah, I need something a little bit more substantial than that.
Well, one that I had was we could certainly create an alternate. The other committees do have an alternate.
To executive.
What'd you say?
To
To
the
the
executive
executive committee, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, my goal is to eventually move up, and I do think that executive is a very good prerequisite for
Yeah.
officer position, so.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
that works for me.
Okay, so we're looking at just creating an alternate position for executive committee.
Yeah.
And would that be for Deborah or Jamie?
Well, Jamie's already on.
been on.
He is, I just wasn't sure if he's expressed any interest in moving forward
He has
to
expressed
the board
interest also.
officer positions as well, so,
He did.
okay.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, that works. Legislative, does that mean we have too many people on there?
Oh, yes, and then legislative, Commissioner Long has expressed interest in coming onto the legislative committee. And like I said, my recommendation would be to appoint her as the alternate instead of Commissioner Peters, because she's
Right.
never attended.
Right,
Commissioner Peters has not attended.
oh, I would certainly agree with that.
Which is,
Well, so that puts her on no committees at all. Not that it makes any difference, but.
Well, we could make her an alternate on another committee, like personnel. Yeah, I mean, she won't show up to that one either, so.
Well, that's true.
Um,
Yeah. All right.
And she hasn't expressed any other interest in being in any other, okay, so.
Okay. All right.
The other
We'll
thing is,
offer her
we will get a new, another new county commissioner to replace Commissioner Seal.
Oh, right.
Did, did Kathleen Peters attend any trips to DC or Tallahassee? Okay. So she wasn't,
No, like,
wasn't with the
she's
legislative
never-
committee
To my knowledge, I
advocating?
think she's attended one legislative committee meeting maybe over a year ago.
Okay.
And then, yeah, no, I asked her if she'd be interested in going. She said that she had no interest in going back to Tallahassee, where she.
Okay, well, I mean, if she had intentions of going back to Tallahassee and representing and advocating for
Right.
transit, then being on the legislative committee, even in an alternate position, would make sense. If she has no indication that she's gonna do that at all, then it's,
Yeah.
then I think it's fine to switch out, to switch Janet Long in there.
For sure.
I mean,
Janet will go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then nominating committee, we're adding Renee, because Pat, you're coming off.
You're right.
Do we, because this is nominating committee, do we also need to nominate a chair, since,
That'll be at the committee meeting
Oh, the
itself.
chair.
They do their own.
okay, well, this is the nominating committee right now.
No, but I mean.
No.
each
Well, the next
committee-
time the nominating committee meets, we'll
They will-
decide a new chair, because Pat's the
Right.
current chair.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
That was the only, so, I realize it's every meeting, this is the meeting,
You wanted to do
and
that.
our chair's leaving.
Right, I thought you were talking about a different committee.
No, I was talking about,
Yes.
I don't mind waiting until our next one, but we'll have no, well, you know. you could
Nobody
do-
to call us to order. What will we do?
I, seriously, I didn't mean to cause
Well,
trouble
we
by
have- All
throwing
committees have a vice chair, so
Do they?
summer traveling in India.
Richard would
Oh,
call the
Richard
meeting to
Bennett.
order, and then you
Of course, he'd have to be
elect.
there.
Then
Okay,
the first
that's fine, so
or-
not, that, I didn't mean to get off of procedural road there.
Okay. All right, have we figured that all out then?
The legislative committee is not a vice chair, I don't think.
Okay. Great.
Is there room for the new
Oh, where-
Pinellas County commissioner that's being added?
Yeah, I mean, they should.
Well, Commissioner Seal has been on for PSTA, and she was not on any of the committees, so,
Is there a requirement to be on any committees?
I mean, Commissioner Flowers, did she actually express interest in being on the personnel and the nominating committee?
The nominating, personnel is automatic.
Oh, that's right,
Personnel committee is
yeah.
the 3 officers.
Yeah. Then, well, we could,
I don't mind coming off any committee that, that I'm not.
oh, she did ask to be on the nominating committee. Okay, well,
Oh, right,
and she asked, I wouldn't want to leave that open for the future county commissioner.
I guess I
I'm
just, I
sure
wonder what. I
There's
mean,
probably an open slot somehow, I don't know. It seems like there's always kind of possibilities open up.
yeah. Yeah, so who's it gonna be? I know Dave doesn't want to come back.
Well, Commissioner Justice did say that he would be
If
willing.
he had to,
Yeah.
So
If
is
the
there
chair
a
asks.
grid
Rather than
somewhere
let-
that shows how many members need to be on each committee?
There's 5 members on each committee plus an alternate. Now,
On some.
On some, because I'm looking like planning, there's 6. On legislative, there's
Right.
6.
Well, there's 5 and an alternate.
Yeah,
yeah, 5 plus an alternate, yes, so there should be 6
So-
names.
legislative next year, we're just gonna replace Kathleen with Janet.
Right.
And
Yeah.
So nominating doesn't have an alternate.
Right.
Personnel
Or
doesn't have an alternate. So there are places to put a new county commissioner.
Yeah. We put them on nominating as an alternate, or personnel. I mean, both the nominating committee and the personnel committee only meet one time per year, basically.
Well,
So if you're an alternate,
So,
you need to write it.
so the alternates, I've been alternates before, but as an alternate, I still attend, because I
Yeah.
want to stay caught up. And they still have the same voting privileges as everyone else. They just have ALT behind their names, correct?
That, right.
Basically.
Okay. All right,
Right.
I'm just trying to get it.
We hope they will show up.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
like, I believe, like, for the planning committee, I think Dr. Oliver has attended all the meetings since he got on PSDA, and I think there's always been maybe one absence, so he's always been a voting member of that committee. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so, okay. I'm counting and executive. Four bills.
Rachel, we're gonna have to adjust the master sheet to take off T-Barda soon.
Right.
And Patty Reed is also only the alternate on finance.
And she's been coming though.
She has.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked all her questions. Same thing with Jim Oliver.
Hmm.
Right, so he's an alternate on planning, but he's been coming as well.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Commissioner Bennett term him off next year?
Yeah.
Is it next year?
Yeah.
So Patty Reed could move into a full slot on the Finance Committee.
So he only gets two 3-year terms?
He started at the end of the first term. You don't get 9 years, you get
Right. Three consecutive terms.
3-year terms. When he started, like, 2 years were already gone. I mean, he like started at the
Okay.
end of that first term.
Gotcha.
So-
Yeah, I know, I picked up Ben Diamond's partial term, so,
Right. So he
Yeah.
did the same thing.
okay.
Yeah, and I picked up somebody's term, I guess.
Yeah, because, I don't think you've been on a full 9 years.
No, I can't make this up. Only been elected 8 years.
Okay, yeah, so you have it, you have it.
Well, to county anyway.
Okay.
I don't remember who that was. Okay,
So the only change up here is adding Deborah Fix Sanders as an alternate,
and taking Kathleen out.
and then,
Janet Long.
well, that's the recommendation, remove Kathleen from the legislative and add Janet as an alternate.
Right.
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So is that a motion?
And Commissioner Flowers too, the nominating.
Right, because she's, yeah.
Right, but that wasn't in contention, right? That still has with 5P. I was trying to think of the ones that we had to like do something different than what it shows on there. So like Janet Long takes Kathleen Peters' spot, and then we're creating an alternate and executive
Yeah.
for Commissioner Fig Sanders. And then accepting the other recommendations as they are. And I move that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Inbox,
Do
Jeff.
you have any other business we need to take care of?
That's it.
All right. Thank you very much.
That's
We
Chair
are
Gerard, thank you
Well,
for a
yeah,
well-run nominating.
I do have a
Oh,
couple
yes.
questions.
We're not adjourned.
Are we, do we ever receive how, because as you're talking about whose term you took over and how long you've been on do we have that documented anywhere that shows who's been with PSTA for how many years?
We do.
Well, we have on
I
the,
have.
this was in the packet, it wasn't printed out. I printed this before. I
Oh,
got here,
okay.
so
Oh.
This is, but it was in the packet, and it shows when everybody was appointed. Now, what it doesn't show is when everyone's term limited, so
Okay.
that
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 one
could.
is on our website, but I can email you a copy of
Okay.
that. That's
Yeah,
the
that would be
internal.
We,
list.
yeah, Rachel is the keeper of them.
All that
It's
stuff.
it's a keeper, okay.
Yeah, I would say in the future, it is helpful for the nominating committee to know
Yeah, yeah.
who's, right, not just when they started,
Who's
but
terming
because
out.
it isn't just 9 years, you can't just add 9 to the number there and go, okay, that's what it is. How long people are going to be around.
And what committees that they served on, because it'll be good. I know a
Right.
lot of people want to serve on committees of interest, I get that, but then sometimes you need fresh eyes,
Mhm.
Right.
you know, new perspectives, and so, okay, that's my question, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I put in contact lenses every morning, fresh eyes. Clean them every night, put in fresh eyes.
I have a standard wear, yeah.
It has really, I'm grateful, everybody has pretty much been engaged on the committees, I would say. The legislative committee, the finance committee, and the planning committee have all been very well-attended and engaging. Everybody seems engaged in their different areas.
Yeah, my only concern with the planning committee is that it doesn't always have a agenda, right? Sometimes there's like half an action item that really didn't need to get met, or it's informational items
Yeah.
that are being shared.
It's good to have action, I agree.
But it also, there were times when the planning committee was meeting there was like, leading up to Sunrunner and all these other and different, there are times when it does have more, but it feels it's not as robust as, I think like the finance committee probably does the most lifting
Yeah.
of things.
It's the contracts, existing contracts, yeah.
Right.
It's when we get to decide who's gonna deliver us toilet paper and who's gonna provide us alternators. It's fantastic.
I'm very, very proud that we picked a modem manufacturer that uses recyclable K-cups. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that in the write-up.
I was at the,
Wash the dishes after.
I was there for the presentation of the recyclable K-cups,
Oh, my God.
and I actually tweeted about that. I
You
didn't.
just convinced me never to get on the finance committee, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I think
If you'd like, we have one more meeting before.
Al listened to me, and he's put in all the RFPs and bids and everything, that you have to show us sustainability, you have to,
You have to show us your
a sustainability effort in your company, and I'm sure this modem manufacturer was like, we have to say something about sustainability, and like, well, we've got the K-cups. They put that down in their proposal, and Al wrote it in the write-up.
I know.
Funny.
Yeah,
Well,
we
it
might
is
want to
what it is.
define sustainability a little bit more in those
Yeah,
RFPs, like what it really means to us. But that's,
Well, I think the modem, it was like a distributor, and the modems are actually made overseas, and then,
right, but sustainability could be like, are they doing carbon, is there some sort of carbon offset that they use
Yeah.
for shipping from overseas? Right, we need, not everyone understands what sustainability, there's different definitions for it.
True.
And so if we haven't
but
defined it, then it's.
and I think it's a good